In this video, I will give you the kind of routine I wish I got when I started. This video is for those who don't really want to think about the routine that they are going to do, who don't want to construct it, those who just want to get something to do and to do it. Here's the thing. A lot of people, beginners specifically, get this one thing wrong. They think that to build muscle, they need to do a certain exercise. It's not about a certain exercise, movement, or even an amount of weight. It is about progression. It's about the progressive overload principle. Here's the thing. To build your biceps, you need to perform a movement that targets them. If a movement does not target them and you do it, you will not build them, right? That's the most fundamental thing. But not only that, the thing about building muscle is that it is a slow process that takes time, and it is built on the main idea that the human body is adaptable. It adapts to new level of efforts, but the way in which the human body adapts to new level of efforts is this. It does not adapt to a massive jump in effort. Let's say going from lifting 50 kilograms in bench press to 100 kilograms. Performing this jump just causes an injury. The human body adapts to small incremental changes in load, in stress, in weight. It is adaptable through the progressive overload principle, and that is the thing that I needed to realize. The exercises that I'm about to give you, they work and they will allow you to build a lot of muscle, but the main thing that you need to realize when doing them, when following this plan, is that you will need to progress throughout the weeks. That's the way to build muscle, not to perform the exercise by itself, which can be great. It is to progress throughout the weeks with another thing, with intensity. So the way in which you actually build muscle is by first stimulating the muscle itself, but also stimulating it with enough intensity and getting stronger throughout the weeks. Intensity boils down to one thing. Think about it like playing a video game. Let's say Valorant or CSGO, you probably know these games. Let's say your headshot percentage. To improve your headshot percentage, the amount of headshots you do, you don't go and just train with very low intensity, with very easy targets to target. You go and you pretty much find the amount of work that challenges you, that pushes you to your limits and causes you to improve. That's how you improve, basically. The same thing applies to training. To get stronger and bigger, you need to go and train close to muscular failure, to the point in which you cannot perform another rep with a good technique. That's the point in which you stimulate pretty much the most amount of hypertrophy, of muscle growth, but also the most amount of damage. What we wanna do is to just stop 1 to 2 to 3 reps before that point to stimulate as much hypertrophy as you can. Studies show that hypertrophy is very similar in these points, but less muscle damage, so we recover faster. So what's the routine? There are basically 3 workouts in it. You can do them together, or you can do each one separately. A push workout, a pull workout, and a leg workout. Together, they train all of your body. So before I go over them, if you have access to weights, great, you can do them. If you don't have, just use the body weight variation. The first workout is a push workout. It is a workout that targets the chest, shoulders, and triceps. The first exercise in it is a kind of chest press or push-ups. You can do bench press if you have access to it, which is amazing, by the way. You can do push-ups if you don't have access to any kind of weights. If you're not that strong right now and you can't perform push-ups, just do an easier variation. You can go on your knees. If you're strong enough, if you're too strong for push-ups, then just use explosive push-ups, right? Just clapping push-ups and these kind of push-ups, which are harder, which demands more from your body and gets you too close to muscular failure, to good intensity. The second exercise is either pike push-ups that you perform for your shoulders, right? If you can do them, go on your knees, or a shoulder press with weights. And the last exercise is any kind of tricep exercise. For body weight, you can do diamond push-ups or dips, and it will be amazing. If you have access to the gym, you can perform any kind of tricep exercise with cables, for example. a tricep overhead extension, or right, this exercise. The second workout is a pull workout. This workout targets your back and biceps. The first exercise, and the classic one, is the pull-ups. This is an amazing exercise that targets your lats, biceps, and forearms. Doing it will grow these muscles. The thing about back training is that there are two major movements that are required to do in order to build all of the muscles in your back. I will go over the second kind of movement in a second, but before that, a movement for your biceps. To train your biceps, basically, you can either do a reverse grip variation of pull-ups or the other kind of back movement, or you can just train them specifically with weights. The difference in hypertrophy between exercises that target one muscle group, let's say your biceps, and exercises that target a few muscle groups, including your bicep, let's say reverse grip pull-ups, the difference is not massive. Not really targeting your biceps and still doing, let's say, reverse grip pull-ups will still cause you to grow amazingly. And then the last exercise is any kind of row movement. If you don't have access to weights, let's say right barbell rows or dumbbell rows, you can use a pull-up bar in a calisthenics park or your door frame basically. And then the last workout, the legs workout. In this workout, you basically do a movement for each part of the leg. You can either take this approach or the other one. The first approach is the one of just performing two compound exercises. For beginners, it is more risky and you will need to focus more on technique in the first few weeks because these exercises have a higher risk of injury, but it's pretty time efficient. It's basically performing one compound exercise like squats and another one like deadlifts or Romanian deadlifts. They are pretty risky, right? You will need to go and learn technique and not ego lift so you won't get injured, but this is one approach. The second one is to just use machines. Using the machine approach, you will need to basically do the following exercises: leg extension, leg curl, leg abduction, adduction, and an exercise for your calves and abs. By using this training plan, either 4 times per week in an upper-lower scheme, basically push and pull together in a leg workout, or in a push-pull leg split, you will be able to basically target all of the major muscles, and by progressing throughout the weeks and training with a high enough intensity, you will build a lot of muscle. And that's basically it. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe. If you want to get a full training plan, you can check out the link in the description. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.